Treasure Adventure about Big D back here again with a video. It has been a couple months, I think, since I've done my last video. A lot has gone on for me in the last couple months, so I kind of been out of the loop a bit. I decided to take some time away from the channel for a little while. I felt that it was starting to bog me down a bit. At one point, I was putting out, that was a couple years ago, but I was putting out 3-4 videos a week, and even still, I felt myself getting a bit burned out, that it was getting really difficult to try to juggle so many things in my life and the channel at the same time. And then last year, Christmas rolled around and we were having some things going on in my family, stuff like that. So it just seemed the right time to kind of just step back for a little while and kind of reassess things, kind of evaluate my channel and evaluate what I want to do moving forward. I've said this before, but I really took a long, hard look at this time. And I do want to continue my channel. It is going to change. I think the big, most notable thing that's going to change my channel is I'm not going to keep up with the quote Joneses anymore. I went back and looked at a lot of my videos over the past 5 years, and I noticed one of the things that I did a lot was I'm always trying to keep up with everybody, trying to get out there, just buy everything that came out, just to show everybody, look, got this, got this. Oh, I went to the Dollar Tree and bought all this stuff. Oh, I did this, and just trying to keep the Joneses, just trying to buy everything that possibly could happen. I found that it was making me miserable because I started to run. I was running out of room. I had nowhere to put this stuff. I kept going back and look at these movies and going, when am I ever going to watch this? Why did I buy this? Just because everybody else on YouTube was buying it, but it's not really something that I enjoy. So why am I buying it? So I had to take a long, hard look at that. And I have to give credit to the YouTuber Films at Home and a couple other YouTubers who have, who did the same thing I came to conclusion with, which was I want to start curating my collection. I want to start trimming it down a bit. Not, and what I mean by trimming it down is getting rid of some stuff that I look at and go, I will never watch this again, or if I've never watched it, do I really want this? Kind of coming up with a graded criteria for myself. A couple questions of, is this something that I enjoy? Is this something that I will see myself watching again? Or is it something I will watch? Especially the ones that I hadn't watched yet. Those are the ones that's kind of like, well, why did I buy this? What was the original reason for buying this? So I've been going through this and starting to do some of this stuff. And I do have a big stack of mostly Dollar Tree movies that I have out in my living room right now. 2 big, huge bags. And we take up the Rasputin and selling off here at the end of this month to try to tone it down. And I'm going through, and I have sold some of my more expensive movies on eBay recently. Sold a few that were like a couple Vinegar Syndrome and stuff like that I just was like, I bought it and I was like, in a couple cases I watched them, I was like, that movie's terrible. Why am I keeping it in my collection? That was a big one. That was a big question for me. The ones that I had seen, I watched and go, did you like this? And it was like, no, this one was terrible. It was like, why am I keeping it in my collection just to have it in my collection? It's not like people come over every day and go, let's go through Don's collection. It doesn't happen. So, I had to really take a long look at this thing, and I do want to continue this channel, but this channel is going to be more about me talking about movies I see, because I still watch a lot of movies. I still watch a lot of movies. Something that I never really told anybody I do before, but I actually literally, I have a notebook, and every time I watch a movie, I write the movie down and the date that I watched it, and I've got almost 5 years worth of notebooks now of movies that I've watched, and every year it gets a little bit bigger, the amount of movies I watch. So I want to talk more about do more movie reviews, more stuff like that. I will still buy movies, and still, and still show some of my stuff off and stuff like that. I haven't done a Dollar Tree video in a while because my Dollar Trees aren't getting squat. I mean, my Dollar Trees get nothing. I actually hit, I'll be honest, a couple weeks ago, I hit 4 Dollar Trees in a day, and I take that back. I found one movie, and it was The Art of Self-Defense on Blu-ray. That was the only one I found. Everything else was all just old. We just keep getting in more and more ways of the same stuff over and over and over and over again, which makes things easy because I don't have to look through much when I go there. But it's just not anything new, So I'm kind of getting out of that, getting more in the eBay thing. I've sold off some stuff because I'm not just selling that. I'm curating my entire collection. I told you last year we're going to be moving this year. So I'm trying to get rid of other stuff too that I have in my collection. Like I'm a big Lego collector, and I've been selling off some of my Legos on eBay. So the sets just I bought. Okay, that's nice. Done with it. And other things too. I've got a lot of collectibles from the 70s and 80s and 90s that I've toted with me everywhere. My 51 years on this planet, and it's kind of like, okay, enough's enough. I have to get through this stuff. I can't take it all with me. I think that's the big thing that I looked at when going through all this process. I just can't take this stuff with me. I just, yeah. So, there will be some changes. Now, that's not to say this will probably be the only video I put out for the next couple weeks, because the other big news is that, my wife and my wedding anniversary is this year. It'll be 20 years that we've been married. And so we are going on a cruise, a Disney cruise, which actually sets sail in 2.5 weeks, I think, right at the beginning of March. So I've been prepping for that and doing stuff for that. My wife's been just going around like a mad person, just going around doing all kinds of cool stuff, getting us ready, stuff like that. And so I've been kind of focusing on that and focusing on a few other things. So I probably won't get back to regular, at least once a week videos till we get back from that, because there's just too many other things going on. But I did want to do this video because I want to show you a couple of things I have picked up over the last couple months. And the first thing I want to show you is my good buddy Bobby has sent me another box with a couple movies in here that he said that he thinks that I really enjoy. So I definitely want to do that today because I really appreciate him sending this to me. I got this a couple days ago. So I want to open that today and show you guys what he sent me. And then I'll show you guys a couple things that I picked up recently, which are mostly steelbooks. And then we'll go from there. I'll probably talk about a couple other things that have been in the news video-wise in the last few weeks, just to let you know I was up on that. But let's get started. So let's go ahead and open the box first. How did you seal this one? Okay, here we go. Nope. You know what I'm going to do? Because I could use this box. Boy. Oh, here we go. Sorry I'm doing this. I should have cut this part off screen, but I didn't. That's my fault. So sorry about that. Okay. All right. And you put them in an envelope here. Let's check out what we got. All right. Whoa. Oh, no way. Huh. I was totally going to get this thing, and my Best Buy sold out of it, and I just walked away. I was like, all right, sometimes just good. It's their Paranorman 4K Steelbook. This is from Shout Factory. Oh my gosh. Oh man, wow. Wow, Bobby. You told me in your letter that these were a couple movies that were coming out on 4K, and you didn't say that it was a Shout Factory Steelbook, one of which, like I said, I was going to get this, and I went down to Best Buy, which is a whole nother story, and they were sold out, and I was like, all right, well, if it's not here, it is what it is, and this is amazing. Thank you so much. Wow, I am really taken aback by this. I wasn't expecting this. You've sent me some cool stuff in the past, but man, look at the artwork on this thing. Isn't it amazing? This is a great movie to begin with, but man, there's another movie apparently in here. I don't even know what it is. And the other movie he sent me was Final Exam. Oh man, this is another good one. This is another one I don't own. I guess this is the one that's coming out on Blu-ray. I mean, on 4K, but this is awesome. I don't own this. This is, gosh darn, that's awesome. 2 movies, it's like 2 home runs. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Bobby. You don't need to do this. I'm not going to lie. I super, super, super appreciate it. It really does mean a lot to me, but this is awesome. Thank you, Bobby. I really, really appreciate this. This is absolutely amazing and absolutely, oh man, it's awesome. I think I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I really don't. I want to say more, and I really don't know what to say. I just thank you so much, Bobby. Really, from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it, man. You're a good friend. Thank you. Oh man, this is awesome. So that is the super amazing Bobby opening there. I really don't know what to say. I'm really taken aback by this. So, let me go ahead and show you a couple of things that I've picked up recently. Oddly enough, like the Paranorman, there are a lot of steelbooks. I did pick up the Young Sherlock Holmes Blu-ray Steelbook, the Target exclusive. If you've never seen this movie, I highly recommend it. It was one of Spielberg's earlier movies, and it's really well done. Matter of fact, this movie has one of the first CG, like, bad guys at the end of the movie, CG creatures they'd used, and it looks to today's standards, it looks absolutely terrible. But back then, it was so amazing to see something like this. So, if you ever get a chance, really good. It's all about Sherlock Holmes in his early years before he became the detective of all detectives. So really good movie. Check it out. You should check it out. I did get Wakanda Forever. I got this one. I didn't like the other one. The other one was the other Steelbook they had there was way too loud and too chaotic. So I got this one. Although I wish they would have released they put out another Black Panther 4K Steelbook for the original movie. I wish they would have put that one out originally. That was a really nice Steelbook. The one they put out originally I wasn't happy with it, but I've decided with these is I'm just going to collect the rest of the Steelbooks for phase 1, I guess it is, of the Marvel. So there's still one more Guardians of the Galaxy. There's still another Ant-Man. I believe there's going to be another Captain Marvel. But once they start moving on to the newer characters and the newer stuff they're going to be doing, I'm probably going to back off on the Steelbooks. And again, I'm going to explain why in a minute. But I did get this Steelbook. Picked these up too. Weekend Yuma, great movie. I just watched it recently. I forgot how much I really liked it. It's one of those Lionsgate ones. This is amazing. And then I did get the Warm Bodies because, again, this is a freaking good movie. I love this movie. It's awesome. It's 4K. Just love it. Got that. And then a while back, Video Syndrome had this sale on some $10 movies, so I grabbed a couple of these. It was a pretty good sale. It was like a really weird sale where they were every day they were putting on more titles that were $10. And most of them I had, or most of them wasn't interested, but a couple of them I was like, all right. And they came with slipcovers. So the first one I got was Surf 2. Have no idea. I've never heard of it, but came with a slipcover and everything. I thought it was pretty cool. And I would show you the back, but it's a little more risque, so I won't. But pretty cool. I'm eager to check this out. And the other one, and this is a movie I do remember quite a bit watching it in the 80s as a kid, stuff like that. It's what we call Creature. It's a great flick. Look at the cover. It's got this part of it shines and the other part's dull. I like that little effect there. But I did pick this one up as well. Really good Creature. It is cheesy. It's not, like serious like Aliens or something like that, but it is good. I did enjoy it. So I grabbed that. And then I've grabbed a couple other things here and there, but nothing really of note because there just hasn't been a whole lot that I've like, oh my God, I gotta own this. Oh my God, I gotta own this. So, with that being said, I do want to mention that, okay, so I mentioned Best Buy a couple times. Yeah, I had a problem with Best Buy last year. A couple of items that I bought never showed up. Best Buy was like, nah, we sent it, tough, I did end up getting one of them though. One of my other neighbors, I guess, got it and brought it over to me and gave it to me. So I did get one of the items eventually. It took like a couple weeks after they had brought it over, which I really appreciated. It was awesome. But the really expensive Discovery Steelbook that I had never showed up anywhere. I never could find it. The response to me was like, well, we sent it out. There's not much else we can do. And it was like, really? And then recently I had ordered The Dentist 1 and 2 through them because it was like $11. And I was like, oh yeah, I'll get that. Boom, 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 paid for it. And I'd reserved it with them like a month or two before it was coming out. So it wasn't like it was kind of last minute or anything like that. I reserved it from them quite a while ago. And come shipping day, it didn't ship. The day after shipping day, it didn't ship. Then they sent me this letter. Oh, we're currently out of stock on them. We're having trouble finding them. So we're going to keep it. We're going to keep the order open, see if we could track one down for you. But if we don't have it by, was it February 9th, I think it was, we're just going to refund you the money. Meanwhile, I'm watching every YouTuber out there walk into a Best Buy and they've got stacks of these things in their stores. And I'm sitting back going, you serious? What, you can't find one? Everybody I've seen in stores has them. I walked into other stores. I'd walked into Walmart and it was sitting on the shelf in Walmart. I didn't buy it because I knew I had that one on order. I'm like, what do you tell me you can't get this? This is a joke. You've got it. It's all over every one of your stores. I've actually literally had them before. I've ordered a movie and it was sent from a store to my house. Not going to tell because the return address was from a store. So it was like, it was maddening. It was like they just didn't want to sell anything, which also leads me into this whole pricing thing they got going on. So, a couple weeks ago, they jacked up all the prices like $50 and $60 on 4Ks and all these other movies. And they were trying to get you to sign up for their stupid computer like total 24-hour service tech thing. And you get cheaper prices. And then they finally lowered the prices back down a little bit. But to be honest with you, I looked yesterday and still 4Ks are still like $35 for a 4K. And that's on sale. and it's not a steelbook, which is a regular 4K. It was like, okay. I think it was a Bubba Hotep, I think was one, which most places have it on sale for $27.99. They had it for like 34. And there was another one too. It was like, I just was scratching my head going, this is ridiculous. So which leads me into, they've raised the prices on steelbooks too. So steelbooks now are like $3 more than they used to be. And it's like, okay, I understand inflation. I understand these kind of things, but you're pricing yourself out of business when it comes to this stuff. And I really feel like when I walk into Best Buys now, the couple Best Buys that are close to me, there's two. So I live in Santa Cruz County. There's Monterey County, which in Salinas has one, and then there's one in Gilroy, which I think that's Monterey County. That could be Santa Clara County. There's one there. And I go to those three quite often, and all their sections are just getting smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. One of the stores took out that one center display thing they had, and it's all just on a rack now. So it's obvious they're just trying to get out of their contracts. It's obvious. Now, if you know me well enough to know, I worked for Suncoast Motion Picture Company, which was an offshoot of Sam Goody, which was an offshoot of Musicland Group, which was, now when I worked for them back in the day, that's how we would get out of contracts is we'd raise the price on something that wouldn't sell, and they were able to get out of the contract. I feel like that's what they're doing with this, is they're just trying to get out of the movie contract so they can use that space for something else. Whether or not they're not making enough money with movies or what, I don't know. But I've just seen it right now. I've seen this before. I've worked for Game Crazy. I worked for GameStop. I worked for all these random retailers that deal in this kind of stuff. And I've seen it happen before. You just raise the prices where nobody buys it anymore. And then all of a sudden you get a notice from the corporate headquarters. Due to not selling anything, we are no longer going to be carrying this. Please ship back everything. I've seen it too many times. I think that's exactly what's going on here. Do I think Best Buy will completely get out of movies? No, but I think they're going to end up with one little end cap, and that'll be it. It'll be their steel books, or a couple of the random sale titles I have for that month or something. But I just, the writing's on the wall. It's just same thing with Target. The writing is on the wall. I walk into Targets now, and there's 4 in my general area I can go into, and every one of them, the section gets smaller and smaller and smaller. Although they're not raising their prices. I haven't noticed the price thing, so I appreciate that. But Best Buy is just, he keeps spurning me over and over and over and over again. First, they don't have the product. Then they send the product to the wrong place, and it's just, they don't care. And when you talk to their customer service, I've talked to their customer service many times, their customer service, which has been outsourced, they don't care. And I understand why they don't care, because they're in another country. And the guy even admitted to me the last time I talked to him, he's like, well, sir, I'm not even in the United States. So, they don't care. They're on a phone. They're just doing whatever. They hang out with you. They text the next person. I worked for an answering service for 10 years. I know. So, they're just like, whatever. And they just follow the policy. And no matter what you say, I didn't get the item. They just keep coming back to you going, well, you better call the post office. The post office goes, hey, we don't know. Tracking number says we deliver it. The postal service says we deliver. We don't know. So everybody's always like hands off to everybody else. I'm over it. I'm really over it. I'm over reserving stuff from Best Buy and not getting it. It used to be back in the day, I'd reserve something a month or two in advance from Best Buy. I had it on release day. It would be in my mailbox. Now it shows up a week late sometimes if I'm lucky. Or they give me that weird notice that says, oh, we're sorry, we're having trouble tracking one down. That to me was just a slap in the face, because it's sitting in all their stores. And I watch a lot of YouTubers with their movie videos, and every one of them, Durant Cinema being one of the bigger ones that I watch, he walked in that day, they got a ton. He went in the next week, they still had a bunch of them. He went in the third week, they still had a bunch of them. And I'm sitting there going, I have none. They couldn't have just called up one of the stores and said, hey, send this out to this person who ordered it and paid for it already, gave us their money already. They don't care. And that's just where I'm at, bottom line. So when it comes to my Best Buy purchase of my steelbooks, it's going to be rough, because Best Buy still gets a lot of exclusive steelbooks. So I'm going to have to, because I'm not going to give up my steelbook collecting, because I really do enjoy that. I love the artwork. I love the aspect of them in general. So it's going to be really hard. I'm going to have to really be picky and choosy, and I don't know, maybe try to pick up some on the secondary market later on when the price drops a little bit. Not really sure, but not happy with Best Buy. I think that they're just jerking customers around, and just a couple years ago, they had this membership program. You spend X amount of dollars a year, you got all these savings, and they cut that off a couple years ago, and I was still spending quite a bit of money there. I was like, they just slapped us in the face, like, oh well, if you want to pay this money, you can get Total Tech, and then you can still get those things. And it's like, first off, A, I'm not bringing my computer to you. My brother-in-law worked for you guys for a long time, and although he did a really good job, I hear the horror stories of things that go on at Best Buy in their in their back room. I didn't buy the computer from you to begin with, so I'm going to bring it back to you, and I didn't buy it from you in the first place. And I don't want, I've seen how they treat people on the counter when you go there. It's like, well, you want this fixed? All right, well, it's going to be this. I don't know. They just don't care. So it's $199 a year that I'm not willing to spend for what? Nothing? So I can get a discount on some stuff? That doesn't make any sense. So my Best Buy days are slowly coming to an end. Like I said, I know it's been a harangue, but it's just one of those things where I need to get that out, let you guys know that this is going to be rough. And also, too, that I'm cutting back on some stuff. But, yeah, otherwise, I mean, everything else movie-wise, I know that Paramount has been announcing a lot more stuff coming out with Paramount. A lot of these studios, it looks like Mill Creek just did a deal with Disney, which I'm really excited about because I'm hoping maybe some of the Disney, like when you go on to Disney's website, you can actually order movies like Mighty Ducks, like that. You can't get those on Blu-ray in the field, but you can get them off Disney's website. I'm hoping stuff like that, maybe Mill Creek will come in. It'd be cool if they did one of their like retro DVD cover, VHS cover arts with some of those movies, you know, The Black Hole, the Mighty Ducks, stuff like that, even Return to Oz. I'm a fan of that. But so I'm excited to see what they're going to do about that. I'm glad to see that we're doing that because I think Disney in general has not done a really good job with their movies, in my opinion, lately. Anyways, either it's kind of been a shot in the dark with what, like, they don't release anything Fox 4K at all. They have the entire Fox catalog and they don't do anything with it. And even their movies now, it's like, have you seen the 100th anniversary sets they're putting out? It's the same movies they put out multiple times. Now they just put it out in a set with a silver cover and a little picture in the middle. The steelbooks are even worse, you know. And it's like they're just kind of grinding a fan. Just buy it because it's Disney. Buy it. Nah, I'm not gonna buy it. I have to say, the cruise I'm going on is a Disney cruise. I do like Disney. I love Disney. I think Disney's been a part of my life since I was a little kid, you know, and I do like Disney. I don't necessarily say I agree with the way things are going. I'll give you the Marvel movies, for example. I watched Wakanda Forever. You want my review of Wakanda Forever? I thought Wakanda Forever was pale the comparison to the original. I think that it felt so rushed together, and you could see where the original script was and where they had to edit it because Chadwick Boseman had passed away, where they had to edit it and do things differently. And I just think it was a Mod Podge movie that had so much filler and so much downtime in it that if a really good editor got in that movie and edited about an hour, it would have been a really, really good movie. But I think it has way pacing problems. It has too much exposition, too much of just everything you don't need in a movie that we've already gotten beforehand. So it was an okay movie. I just felt that they really dropped the ball. Thor, the last Thor movie, same thing. It was like they just went, oh, it's Thor, everybody's going to go see it. Instead of giving a good story with a good thing like the third movie, which was amazing. You know, you go back to this, your last movie, the Thor series, and it's like, it was a dud. You know, and before that, even Doctor Strange was some cool effects in there, but it was kind of convoluted and kind of all over the place. It wasn't, you know, Marvel movies in general have not, even the theatrical watch, when you look at the money they're making, are not doing as well as they used to, you know. So much so that I saw an article the other day that they're trying to go after, to get what's his name to come back as Tony Stark. And he wants $80 million. It ain't gonna happen, you know. But I mean, it's Robert Downey Jr. So it's really weird what's going on with Disney right now. So I'm really excited about that Mill Creek, because Mill Creek does some really cool stuff. Now they don't necessarily add a lot of features or anything like that to the movies, but they will hopefully be able to get out some of the Disney catalog that's never been available on DVD or on Blu-ray. They'll be able to get it out on Blu-ray for the first time, and that's exciting to me. That's really exciting because Disney has a lot of stuff in their older catalog that I'd love to see come out. I'd love to see a Blu-ray release of The Black Cauldron. Love The Black Cauldron. You know, would like to see a better Blu-ray release of The Black Hole. They did put out the Disney exclusive, but it was a direct transfer. I don't think they did anything to it. It kind of still looks like DVD. So I'd love to see that kind of stuff. I think that'd be really would be awesome to see. And just a few other things. So I am excited about that. And I think the future movies does look decent, not retail-wise, but decent as in the studios don't seem to be giving up on it. The studios, matter of fact, they seem to be lately doubling down on it and starting to put out more stuff. Do I wish they would stop putting out the same movies over and over again in different sets and put out new movies that haven't been available? Yes, and I'm hoping maybe we'll start going towards that way. I noticed the stuff now that's coming out, especially out of Vinegar Syndrome. Loving Vinegar Syndrome. Sidekicks. DVD never been on Blu-ray. They picked it up. A company that normally does like horror movies and niche horror movies, stuff like that. They're putting out Sidekicks, which is a great Chuck Norris movie with Jonathan Brandis. That just popped up. Didn't they have, they had, oh, I can't remember the name of it. But I know there's a couple other movies recently they had that aren't horror movies that were bigger movies back in the day, and they're releasing them now. So I'm really excited to see companies like that that are really kind of taking a hold and grabbing this stuff and putting it out for us to have. So that is the state of things. Like I said, probably I may put out one more video before the end of this month. I'm not really sure. But I will start putting out more videos after I get back from my vacation, which, by the way, my wife and I haven't been on vacation in over 10 years, so kind of excited about that. So also the fact that one of my best friends that I haven't seen in 13 years is actually coming on the cruise with us, which I'm extremely excited about. I haven't seen him in, it's been 13 years. We both worked the Suncoast together back in the day, and we lost touch, and then recently he managed to reach out to me, and in a matter of 2 days, this guy put together and is going on our cruise with us. So him and his wife, and I am super excited about it. I think it's going to be great. Craig, I love you. I can't wait to see you, bud. So that's got that to look forward to. I will come back. We get some new stuff going and stuff like that, and be on the look for some changes. And that's about it. So thank you guys so much for listening to me. 26 minutes into this thing, and I'm yammering on. But thank you so much for watching and listening. Please click the like button, the subscribe button, the bell, notify you when I put new videos. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. Thank you for hanging in there with me while I have my little time off. Everybody, please take care and be safe out there. Always keep hunting because you never know what's going to find. And as always, live long and prosper. Bye.